Hi dancers, my name is Andrea Knowlton. I am an assistant professor of dance at Kennesaw State University's Department of Dance. I was looking forward to connecting with you all this summer in our high school dance festival, but because of the situation, I hope that you guys will at least enjoy this Yoga for Dancers class. There's some yoga in it and some movement and a lot of attention spent on breath and alignment. So enjoy! So beginning soles of feet together, lie down on your back, let the arms roll open and the back be long. Begin to deepen your breath. As you drop deeper into your breath, begin to extend the length of the exhale so that the inhale and the exhale have equal length. You can close your eyes if you want. We'll stay here for about 6 more breaths. And letting the hip flexors just relax open while you focus on the breath. Excellent. Blinking your eyes open. We'll take one leg long and then we'll take one knee close to our armpit. So you can wrap it in any way that feels comfortable to you. And once you get it nice and snug close to you, try to relax that lower leg so there's no tension there. And there's actually no tension in your neck or your back, but it's really a tight hug, feeling the kneecap kind of pull towards the hollow armpit. You can wrap in any way that feels good to you. There's a lot of different ways. We're going to do a nice long leg opening beginning to our workout today because we're trying to focus on a lot of legs and balances and hips and things that will be really beneficial to dancers. Push that heel to the ceiling for a 90-degree parallel straight leg. Now with this lower leg, I want you to feel like you're rotating it inward and look down at it and see that it is also in flexed parallel. You can use the arms to help you a little bit just to guide that parallel. It's super active, but it's not overstretched. Maybe you're beginning to feel your core a little as you realize you need to stabilize this position. Excellent. Now let both legs rotate in the hip socket, and we'll just take to your natural second. And you can either point feet, flex feet, or just be natural and focus on the hip flexor. And again, lots of variations of this pose are possible. You could be holding the heel, you could be holding behind the knee, you could have a bent leg. It's really whatever feels good to you. Good. From here, tuck the knee again into the armpit. Give it another nice hug. Lengthen the spine. Relax the opposing hip flexor that probably got crunched up in the process. Then we're going to take it across, lifting the lower leg to a figure 4 stretch. Go ahead and reach underneath the bottom leg and pull the entire shape closer to you. We're going to take two variations of a supine twist. The first one will keep the knee up as we twist, and you can even take the opposite arm and traction it up a little bit. Only lightly, what feels good for your hip. You're going to feel that stretch hopefully in your side body a little bit. If you want, you can extend the focus or the arm. You can also cactus the arm, whatever feels good. But you feel that opposite hip pulling down and creating length all around hip flexor and psoas. Good, now we're going to turn that knee down to take either a stacked supine twist, or you can put one leg completely over crossing the other. Whatever feels good to you, maybe find some length, adjust as needed, and just breathe into that twist. Inhale, find length. Exhale, a little deeper into the twist. Good. Gently we'll unwind out of that pose and take that leg that was working and take it nice and long. Readjust if you got a little off your mat. And then we'll take that other leg for it. Hug in. Armpit pulls the knee towards it. Nice hollow armpit. And relax that bottom leg. Connect to the breath if you've lost it. And let each exhale settle you a little deeper into the stretch. And then we'll turn that bottom leg parallel, kick the ceiling with the top leg. Work this like 90-degree shape. You can take the arms to the leg if that is helpful and just guiding it. Maybe play with the little degrees of parallel. And when you're ready, you can take the hand to ankle or heel and turn out and find your natural second position. If you feel like you're toppling over towards the leg, really reach with the opposite arm and stabilize the hips using the abdominals. Yeah, and play with that hip flexor. Once you're here a longer time, you can start to experiment with what it would feel like to release the butt muscle or let the hip fully relax into the socket. There's a lot to be learned by holding these longer stretches. Again, variations are totally cool. Bring the knee back to the armpit for another hug in. And overcross it for a figure four, bringing the bottom leg up and hooking the hands underneath the bottom leg, pulling the entire shape towards you and tuning back into the breath. And we'll take two versions of a twist. The first one, squash the foot down and make sure that knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. Adjust as necessary to feel a nice long stretch in your side body. And you can cactus the arms, make them straight, have them crossing you, whatever works for you. You might notice that one side felt a lot more tight or a lot more loose than the other, and that's normal too. And then we'll take a slightly deeper supine twist. You can either take the knee all the way over, you can stack them, you can do whatever you want. It's a little bit of a deeper stretch. Tune back into the breath. And gently unwind the leg. So now we've paid a lot of individual attention to each leg. We'll take happy baby and sort of feel them both together. Maybe just notice how they feel a little bit more woken up than when we got here 10 minutes ago. Whatever feels good here, any variation of happy baby that you want to do is great. You can hold your breath and stay still. Not hold your breath, but hold your position and stay still, or you can move around. And from here, let's bring the knees together and we're just going to do some ankle motions. First, we'll start by drawing circles outwards with the ankles. See if you can also take kind of a tabletop and work your parallel. So just draw some nice circles outwards. Maybe as you start to get the ankles warmed up, they get to be a little bit more articulate of circles. We're starting to realize that we need to use our abs to hold this position, so engage the abs, use the breath. Good, reverse the circles. Now we're drawing inward circles. Three, two, one, and rest. Hug the knees in. I'm going to take 6 rolling like a ball, so you'll get a little bit momentum going back and forth, and then come all the way up, rolling and massaging out the spine. You're going to rock and inhale to sit up. Get a nice tight position, whichever one feels comfortable for you. You can even hold under, whatever you like. And then we exhale to roll back. Inhale, sit up tall. 5 more times like that on your own. Try to balance the toes at the top. Good. Once you're at the top, let's open those feet, soles of feet together, and fold forward. Sitting up tall, take the knees to the ceiling. Make sure you're sitting up tall on the sits bones. We'll take the hands behind the knees and play with some flexion and extension of the spine with using our breath, and we'll be engaging our abs. They're sort of like a half push-up, half contraction movement extension. So exhale, pull back. Inhale, sit tall, extend. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, extend. And play with this about 4 more times through the cycle. Just find articulation in your spine. Just getting it warmed up. And last one. Exhale. exhale. So I'm gonna come to the front so that you can see me next, but you guys can stay wherever you want. So we're gonna do our lightning pose with our feet behind us. My heels and my sits bones are touching, and I'm gonna reach behind and spread my toes nice and wide. And it won't feel like much at first, but eventually we'll start to feel it. And while we're here, we can just focus on our breath. Maybe focus on your intention for the rest of the class. And let's roll out our wrists to distract us from our toes that are probably a little burning right now, but hopefully just in a good way. And let's stretch out the top of the foot. So by doing that, I'm just gonna find a place where I'm creating a parallel and I'm not putting too much pressure on it, but it's really just a place that's good for me where I can find a little bit of pressure on the foot. If this feels like too much for you, don't do it. And switch to the other foot. And sit down cross-legged. Just stretch the neck. About 4 big circles each way. Sitting up nice and tall. And reverse. Great, come on to tabletop position. Take a series of cat-cows. On the cat, you're gonna exhale and push it away. Push the spine up high. Inhale, you'll really scoop the back out, looking upwards, even with the eyes. Exhale, scared Halloween cat. You push the floor away, belly button comes deep in. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and look up. Good, a few more times on your own breath. Good, begin to find a neutral position. When you feel super stable, that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, reach out one arm. And then when you're ready, reach out the other leg. And hold this position, focus on your breath. Let the toes just flex and drip down towards the floor. Then we're gonna exhale, contract in, just like we were doing with cat-cow, and inhale, reach out long. About 5 more times. And lower back down to neutral. Maybe notice how your shape is shifted a little bit. And we'll take the other side, so extending that arm out, stabilizing the position, and then kicking that back leg out. 6 contractions. Here we go. 1. Reach long. Connect to the breath. Exhale. Deep breath in. Good, and stabilize right back to table. Take some nice circles around your wrists. And the other way. Take your hands a little bit further than you were for table. Tuck the toes, and we'll take our first big down dog. Bringing the sits bones high to the back diagonal. Head is long. Ribs are closed, they're not wide open. We want to have a feeling of push with the hands. And the knees can be bent if you need. Heels are reaching towards the ground in a parallel position, about hips width apart. And just breathe in this pose. Find some space in those armpits as well. Hollow out those armpits because you're squeezing in your core. And exhale, lower the knees. And sit back for a second. So we're gonna do some donkey kicks. You guys know these are great for the abs, and they're great preparation for some of the inversion work we do in modern class. Our arms are probably feeling a little bit worked just from that much that we've done. So take it easy on these. I don't want anyone to stumble out. But for donkey kicks, you're gonna look forward, and then when you're ready, you're gonna look down behind you as you let the feet kick up. So take a few of these on your own. Experiment with that. Maybe find what's better for your length and width. Pull the abs in and see if you can get to a place where you can almost float. A few more times. Good, and then when you're ready, let's bring the sits bones high, walk the hands in, and just hang over ragdoll pose. Let the heavy head drop and drip down. Exhale, hands back down, and just take a comfortable seat. I'm gonna break something down for us next. So just let your breath return, maybe a sip of water if you need one. It's important to know all the elements properly and how to do them. So we're just gonna go over them real quick. I'll go through them once and tell you what I want you to be thinking about, and then we'll all do them. So we've just done down dog. You guys know I want you hips width, shoulder width, hands spread, long arms, relaxed neck, closed ribs. I want the sits bones really pulling back, even if that means I need to kind of grip in and bend to do so. When I exhale to a plank position, I might need to take some extra length. I want it flat and straight with a long head. This is just gonna make me heavier. This lets my head do the work, and my arms can hold the rest of my body. When I lower for chaturanga, I'm gonna squeeze those elbows in and lower flat. When I inhale for cobra, I'm just staying in the same position, rolling my shoulders up, reaching my chest forward, and then I can exhale either on my knees or straight to downward dog. And then I can do the whole sequence again. Yeah, it's so fun. It's just downward dog, plank, yoga push-up, cobra, down dog. And it just goes on and on and on. So let's do it. It's definitely gonna get some heartbeats up, and it'll be great for you. Starting down dog. From down dog, we'll take it to plank. Hold your plank, really work the Achilles, lock the shoulders into the sockets, and then exhale, yoga push-up, hug in the elbows, lower down flat. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, shine the chest forward, use the strength in the arms to work the back. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. You can take the easy way there if you want, through the knees, that's fine. Breathe here. Long armpits, sits bones high, And exhale to plank. And exhale, yoga push-up. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, down dog. Just one more sequence. And plank. And yoga push-up. Cobra. And I'll let you guys rest back in child's pose. From child's pose, rise up a little bit, enough to thread one hand under, and you can kind of spider walk it under to give yourself a nice shoulder stretch. And feel free to take this in whatever way feels most comfortable to you. You can also try palm up or palm down. And exhale, gently roll out of it. Other side. Exhale, gently come out of it. Pop the feet, we'll hang over to roll to stand. Nice and slow. We just rolled up. We're gonna just work the feet a little bit. Just beginning by switching weight side to side. Maybe you're engaging your pelvis and your abdominals to find the square of your body, give you a little bit more stability. You can kind of go around your area if you want. And begin to take a little bit more air once you feel ready to do so. And you can also take some two-footed jumps. I know, we're doing this a long time, trying to get some blood pumping to that heart. So let's shift weight a little bit. Maybe if you have a yoga mat, you're even kind of playing over top of it. Just begin to feel all the different ways that the ankles can shift weight. And go back to jumping. Good. All right, hopefully your heart's got a little exercise there. Show me your parallel. Hips width apart, knees right under, ankles right under, shoulders stacked on top of hips, and just stand tall while you return to normal breath. And we're gonna go through our modern warm-up, but in sort of a slow way since we're on video, and that way you can follow along. So rolling down for 8, we'll take 2 deep pliés hanging over, then we'll roll up and we'll rise in releve. Rolling over. Deep pliés. Rolling up over bent knees. Shoulders stack, head is last to arrive. Arms take over, engage the abdominals, we'll rise. And same thing again, rolling down. And deep pliés. And rolling up. And the arms take over for a nice parallel releve. And we'll snake through the spine 4 times. Go down, stick the butt out, stick the chest out. And 3 more times. Exhale. Make sure you're tracking over your parallel. One more. And now we'll work the lateral spine. Sideways, like an S. Go super slow through it. Thick molasses. Pour the weight into the opposite foot. I think we should do 2 more of these. 1, 2. Good, we'll stretch the neck sideways, ear to shoulder, root the opposite arm down. And just let it slowly, slowly, slowly tilt forward. And then reverse that path. And other side. Ear to shoulder. And tuck the chin, lengthen the neck. Reverse. A little bigger this time. Let's take the lateral stretch with the arms, armpit to the ceiling. You can plie here if you want to. And find that special place. And then we'll go to a high arch, explode the heart up. And inhale, stand tall, open the arms. Exhale, other side, lateral stretch, roll the armpit to the ceiling. Play with that plie. And find the expression of your lateral spine. Take a nice high arch. And inhale, stand tall, open the arms. We'll roll the shoulders 8 times, up and down. 2, 3, 4. Let him get a little bit bigger as we go. 5, 6, 7. This one's super long. And we'll exhale for a contraction. Inhale, stand tall. We'll take a flat back over, reach the head. And stand tall. 3 more sets like that. Show me the difference between a contraction, stand tall, and a flat back. 2 more sets. Exhale, contract. Inhale long, reaching forward and up. Exhale, contract. Inhale up, flat back. And from here, we'll take a down dog from wherever you are. Fly one leg up for your down dog, and then as we rock forward, we'll take knee to elbow. Exhale, rock forward, shoot back. Good, now that same knee goes to the opposite elbow. And shoot back. Same thing, 2 more times. 1, shoot back, and twist. Shoot back. Good, step that right leg forward. And we'll reach towards that leg. Deep lunge. Exhale, we'll fold over. 2 long legs, you might want to hop in a little bit. Maintain the parallel. Tuck the head on top and really pour the weight over that front leg. Exhale, open it up to a second position. Excuse me being facing backwards to you. Take whatever feels good for your second position. And we're gonna turn it all the way to the other side for a long pyramid pose. And bend that front leg and take it a little further out if you need it for a long lunge, going over top that leg. Good, and from here we'll take the hands down and you should be able to fly that opposite leg that you were flying before for your little down dog crunches. Crunch out, and then you're gonna go opposite. And one more time each. Good, walk the feet forward and hang over with the hands. Bend the knees, roll up. We'll face forward in a nice big second position. Rising up on releve, we'll take a nice big X. This can be in your own time. You're gonna drop, catch, release. Ooh. Yeah, go right up through the middle of the foot. This is just your time to find your breath and your balance. And the release. Good. We're gonna go over to one side over long legs. Plie. Contract. We'll keep going around the world, so keep going that direction. Other side. And inhale up. Whew. Reverse. Over. Plie. Contract over top, other side, and standing tall. We'll release, take one leg to passe, and then find that parallel. Open it back up. Release, leg to passe, find your parallel. Little faster, release, up. Turn it and release, up, parallel. Good, take both feet parallel, nice and wide. You're gonna have only one knee bent at one time, the other will be straight. You're gonna reach and wrap. Reach and wrap. Reach and wrap as far as you can. Use the exhale and use the focus to see the whole room, and then wrap on yourself. Get down low if you can. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake it out. Now that we've got a lot of energy going, we're actually gonna do some balances, which are going to require us to harness that energy and pay a little bit more attention. So let your breath calm down for a minute, standing parallel. So the series of balances that we're going to do are going to remind you a lot of what we did when we were warming up on our backs in the very beginning of class to work the stretch. So go back to those mechanics that you already set up properly, you already stretched for this balance series. So we'll start with one leg to tree position. And this is a lot like when we took our knee to our armpit. Give your tree a really strong base to stand on by really flexing that standing leg. Your chest can lift up and out. Good, and we're really gonna tuck the abdominals and the breath on this next transition as we grab with our hands in a basket to the bottom of our foot. Good, so tuck up in the abs. This may be the pose for many of us, and that's fine if so. If you're on carpet, it's even trickier. But it's fine to have any amount of knees bent on the standing leg or the other leg, but try to take it straight. So standing forward fold, you may even be able to bend the elbows and drop the head a little. It's okay if you're shaking. Good. Standing up tall, we'll open that leg to our natural second, just like we did on the ground. Just like we did on the ground, if we feel like we're toppling, we put weight into our reaching arm and to our abdominals. Use your breath to cultivate some stillness, guys. And exhale, bring it back forward. We're gonna make a little bit of a different kind of basket as we grab it from behind. Good, you can either grab the top of your foot or your ankle behind you for dancer. Reach up. That may be the pose for many of you. Some of you may be into kicking and going forward a little bit. Work the parallel here. It's a kicking pose. Kick, and that's what will actually make you tip forward more. All right, standing tall. And exhale, lower other side. Good. So your standing leg, the calf is probably maybe burning a little bit. That's good. Our energy's kind of coming back center, not moving around so much, just seeing if we can harness it in. We'll take tree pose. Tune into the breath. Maybe listen more to my words than watching a jumpy computer screen. Maybe look past your screen and soften your gaze. Exhale, pull the abdominals in and reach underneath the foot to grab it in a basket underneath. And this may be the pose for some of us, but some of us may kick out a little bit or even tuck the head a little bit. Free one hand and take your natural second position. Some of us may have more or less range than others. It does not matter. It's not about how high your leg is. It's about holding a balance. And exhale, we'll bring it forward. And we take it behind us for dancer pose. Standing nice and tall. You're gonna reach that knee behind you and kick into the hand. You may be holding the ankle, the foot, the shin. And gently come out of the pose. And lower the feet. Whew. Good, maybe just take a minute to breathe, shake out. At the front of your mat, we're gonna start by taking a chair and then twisting the chair. Then we're gonna be freeing one leg into a lunge. So it's very exciting stuff. Take a chair pose. Hold it here. Feel really strong. Take the hands together and then twist. Twist towards your front leg so that you can see me for this round. Really Push the hands into one another. Make sure you have a strong bind between the elbow and the knee. And then when you're ready, look down at the foot and then free the back leg for a little deep lunge. Fun, right? Hold that twist, take that arm down and just split those arms up. Take that arm down, drop the back knee. We'll do a little split preparation with that front leg. So flex the heel and just bend over that leg. You can position it in a way that feels like you're getting the most benefit, whatever works best. Bend the front knee and then walk that foot out further towards the edge of the mat so that you can take a little bit of a deeper runner's lunge. We're going to fold that front leg through for pigeon. So bring that knee forward. And then when you're ready, you can kind of walk that back leg out, roll it so it feels maybe a little internally rotated so that you can start to find a little bit more of a parallel, and then fold over. And you can pop the foot if you like, whatever works. Gently coming up, I'm just going to roll on my butt to the other side to squat down and then take a chair pose. Bring the hands to heart center, twist from the belly, find the bind. Make sure you have a lot of contact, sit down low, look at your feet, and then when you're ready, shift the balance and switch to a long lunge. And free the arms, split them, just enjoy this pose, breathing. And coming down, we'll pull back for split preparation. Whatever feels good for your pose. And bend the knee forward, walk that leg out to the edge of the mat for a runner's lunge. And bring that leg around, tuck it in, walk that back leg. We'll take pigeon pose and sleeping pigeon. Gently sit up out of that and unroll to the other side. I'm gonna take some quick abs before we really relax, all right? Rolling back down. We'll do the single leg stretch. One knee in, other leg out. Let's do 2 sets of 8. Here we go, and a tug, tug, switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, both knees in, pull the head in. We'll just take 3 long stretches out. Exhale, pull in. And lower the head down, lower the feet down, but keep the heels close to you, because we're going to take a bridge pose, raising the hips up. And then to get a little higher, we'll clasp the hands and then walk the shoulders underneath you. Really push with your feet and lift with your hips, and then relax your butt underneath. Good, so engage the quads, and that doesn't mean we have to engage the butt. Good, undo the hands, gently lower down, hug the knees in, one little rock to seated, do seated forward fold. Taking the hands to the hips, bring them forward, soles of the feet together. We're going to take our constructive rest. You can have the feet together like we did in the beginning if you wish to kind of balance the class, or you can have regular straight legs. So go ahead and roll down. Just take a comfortable position. A lot of hip opening in this class, so I'm just kind of sealing in that practice. Let the hands just relax open, long back of the neck. Eyelids are heavy, tongue is soft, jaw is loose. Just focus on the breath for about 2 minutes. When you're ready, deepen your breath. If your knees have been wide open, you might be careful as you assist them close nice and gently. And begin to bring some motion back to the body, maybe stretching overhead or wiggling fingers. And when you're ready, turning to your side and coming to a seated position. High on the sits bones, taking the hands to the chest, letting the heart raise high. Focusing on the breath, inhale, exhale. And opening up the eyes, taking in the room, and taking a nice bow. Thank yourself for your hard work today. Thank you very much.